This incident occurred close to 5 years ago in the parking lot behind me. The McDonald's restaurant behind me has been remodeled since this incident occurred. The defendant could spend more than 60 years in prison. 27-year-old Eric Yount was sentenced to 50 to 62 years for the March 2nd, 2016 shooting deaths of 22-year-old Rochelle Scott Lale and 28-year-old Cody William Watts. The Honorable Nathaniel J. Poovey, Superior Court Judge from Catawba County, imposed the sentence for Yount following his guilty plea to 2 counts of second-degree murder yesterday. The fatal shootings occurred in the parking lot of McDonald's on US 321 in Hickory approximately a month after the defendant and Lale ended a domestic relationship. Investigative findings showed that Yount texted a friend the day before the fatal shootings and told him he would not be at work the next day and would be going to jail. Defense attorney Vicki Jane argued that her client was not of sound mind when the shootings occurred, citing the loss of his job, opioid use, and the loss of his girlfriend as reasons he, quote, snapped. The victims were talking to each other in the McDonald's parking lot when Yount pulled into the lot and blocked Watts' truck. An argument ensued between Yount and Lale. During that verbal exchange, the defendant pulled a handgun from his vehicle and began firing at Lale, who had been standing at the window of Watts' truck as he sat behind the wheel. Lale was struck in the head and died at the scene. Yount then turned the gun on Watts, firing several shots that struck him in the neck and chest while he was still in his vehicle. Watts' son, 10 years old at the time, was seated in the truck beside his father, but was not struck by the gunfire. Yount left the scene, abandoned his vehicle in a school parking lot between 2 buses, went to a car lot and stole a truck before turning himself in at the Lenoir Police Department later that night. Investigation also showed that the defendant called his father in a frantic state, telling him that he had just killed Lale and Watts. The investigation was conducted by the Hickory Police Department. The case was prosecuted by Lance Sigmund and Jamie Adams. You can get more on this case, including more details from yesterday's proceedings, by going to our website, WHKY.com. Reporting from along US 321 in Hickory, I'm Rob Eastwood, WHKY-TV News.